my name is Tony and today I will show you how to make the coolest aviator goggles ever. Yes, you're gonna make a pair of these with a mask. I will give you everything you need to make either this pair with 3D printed eyepieces or the same thing just with the lenses. Less high tech, but very cool indeed, you gotta say. Very cool. And for the first time ever, I will have the STL files available if you have a 3D printer and you want to print these eye goggles yourself. Otherwise, you can get these in my shop. I will print them for you. I will apply this nice brass finish to them, attach whatever lens color you want, pack them nicely and send them your way. Links for both the 3D printed pieces and the lenses down in the video description. But enough talk, let's watch a quick intro where I show you how to print, punch the stitching holes and cut the leather you're gonna need for this build. Before you start your project, consider very carefully what leather you will be using. Once you've decided on the leather, go ahead and open your pattern files using Adobe Reader. Free to use, free to download, and make sure actual size is checked. The first page of any pattern will contain a sizing diagram. This will help you make sure the proportions are okay and you have measurements in both centimeters and inches. Alright? Now you can go ahead and cut all the patterns out of the leather. At this stage you don't really have to cut precisely on the black line, you can leave a little bit off. After you have all the pieces cut out of the paper, you can go ahead and attach them to the leather you're gonna be using. For this, I recommend you use regular masking tape you can find at any hardware store. Now it's time to punch every single stitching hole. Be patient, do not rush this stage because it will determine how straight your stitching will be later. I use 1.5 round millimeter hole puncher. A link to this particular tool and other recommended tools I use on a daily basis in the video description. Once you finish punching all 20 holes, you can go ahead and cut the leather. Once more, take your time. Be very careful when you're cutting the leather because any slip, any wrong cut can ruin your whole piece. Now repeat the same process to punch and cut out every other piece needed for your design. Okay, so we have everything we need to start putting this together. I used a 6 ounces latigo, but vegetable tan will work just as well, or even chrome tan if it's medium or strong temper. You will also need 4 rapid rivets, 4 5mm Sam Browne buttons, and a small piece of elastic band. And of course the 3D printed eyepieces or the lenses. Let's start with the eyepieces. This is how they come out of the printer, so I will apply a beautiful brass finish to give them a nice vintage look. I also added clear lenses, but you can go ahead and choose whatever shade you like. Let's attach them to the centerpiece. This is super easy, straight saddle stitch, and don't worry, the holes are large enough for a regular stitching needle and a 1mm thread to go through with ease. Next, let's screw on all the 4 Sam Browne buttons, which will be used to attach the face mask and the head strap. All the holes will be marked on the pattern, and you can punch them at the very beginning, like me, halfway through the build. Okay, let's take care of the holding strap. Now, before you go any further, you could just use this elastic strap and a couple of rivets to attach it to your goggles, like a regular face mask, you get at the cheap costume shop. And, be done. Not very elegant, but very fast. Or you could take a few minutes and do a cool strap like I will show you next. So cut the elastic band in 2 and melt off the ends so they don't come undone. Next, make these 2 little leather pieces and stitch the elastic strap in between the folded piece like I will do next. Well, that looks much better, but you might want to flatten this particular piece a little bit. If you use vegetable tan leather, you might want to wet it so it won't crack. Next, trim it down a little more to about 2 inches or 5 centimeters. Next, attach these trimmed ends to this leather piece, which will keep it from sliding on the back of your head. Use the 4 rivets to attach it like I do here. The strap is done. If you are a superhero and you want to hide your identity, cool, you can fly away now. You are mere mortal and you want some extra protection because this is what we do now. This is the world now. Everyone is either a nurse or a bank robber. Anyway, let's make a face mask that we can attach to these goggles in seconds. Start by attaching the 2 center pieces with these 2 stitching lines on each side. And next, I'm gonna tell you, you don't need a stitching pony or 50 years of experience to get the perfect stitch. But before I do that, he's back, the one and only Professor Tony, back with a very important message for you. Yeah, so what questions you got for me today? How to solve the global warming? Where is Jimmy Hoffa? Do I have a COVID vaccine?
No questions.
No?
Today you have to advertise our merchandise.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's in your contract.
Fuck your contract. I'm not doing that. What, you think you're some kind of big ass YouTuber? People want to buy your t-shirts and your caps or whatever you sell? Dude, you are embarrassing yourself. But tell you what, since I'm not doing that, and since I have some very exclusive information concerning the 2 presidential candidates, I will tell all of you, coming this November, you all have to go out and vote for... Okay, now that's enough. Let's get back to our stitching now, shall we? All you need is a good, simple routine. Follow the exact motions for every single stitch and you will have perfect stitching lines made on your kitchen table with 2 needles and 10 fingers. Or 9 if you're a member of the Yakuza. Anyway, like I said, the secret is to repeat the same motion over and over till you close the stitching line. Hold the thread with your thumb to allow the needle coming from the left to come on top without piercing the thread. This is super important. Then run the right needle through the next hole and tighten them with the same amount of force. That's it. Once you get used to the same motion, your stitching will look like this. You are welcome. Now, do me a favor and find a subscribe button so you won't miss out on our next video and possibly your next life-changing tip. No, I'm serious. Hit that button. I'll wait. I got time. Oh, you done? Thank you. It was the least you could do. Now we can attach both sides of the mask using the same stitching technique as before.
We are of the same kind. Endangered species hard to find. I'll give you some lone time. I need to go catch a high tide. 'Cause I don't feel free. So I'm letting you know where I want to be. Driving by the shore, listening to a broken radio. Skyline neon lights are waking up the rangers of the night. Designated life.
Start from the bottom, and when you get to this curve here, you want to tighten that stitch a bit extra.
This is where I wanna be. I'm skipping stones into the sea. I'll give you some lone time. I need to go catch a high tide. 'Cause I don't feel free. So I'm letting you know where I want to be. Driving by the shore, listening to a broken radio. Skyline neon lights are waking up the rangers of the night. Designated life, driving by the shore. Skyline neon lights. Designated life.
Well, if you were making the goggles and the mask using the 3D printed pieces, you are done. But if you want to use lenses, attaching those is exactly the same as the 3D printed pieces. When you buy ours, you can choose from a few different shades and even mirrored lenses like the ones I use here. Just please remove the protective film before you message me and say they are dirty and scratched. Please, would you do that? And a lot of people are asking me if the mirrored lenses are see-through. Well, there you are. You can see through them perfectly fine. So like I said, go ahead and stitch those in place. And that's the goggles made with acrylic lenses. Link to the lenses in the video description. Well, that's it. I will thank you for watching this video, and I will remind you again to subscribe to this channel and join the DieselpunkRo community. So next time we have a tutorial or a giveaway, you will be the first to know. Peace.
But there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who